That is not God's will. So he is addressing it, but he's certainly not endorsing it. The Bible talks about in 1 Timothy 1:10 that slave traders are amongst the worst of sinners. That's what the Bible says. And certainly God calls his people to be free. He rescued the Israelites from slavery because he wanted them to be free. But in Roman pagan culture, not in God's kingdom, not how God would want it. In other words, for leadership for God, we look at John chapter 13 where Jesus washed the disciples' feet. And that flipped the disciples on their head because they were used to the Roman leadership that was oppressive, it was controlling. And so Peter is speaking, God is using Peter to speak into the lives of some Christian slaves that were in very difficult situations, but in no means is he condoning abuse or slavery inside of this passage. And in the same respects, back in Roman pagan culture, women had no rights in the marriage relationship. They had no rights. Not only that, but in pagan culture, wives were expected to adopt their husband's belief. Culturally speaking, they were labeled as weaker, as inferior. And so from a cultural standpoint, inside of the marriage, women did not have a voice. But in this passage, Peter instructs husbands to regard their wives as equals in God's kingdom.